Nerdrotic.com.
I thought Black Panther was the most overrated, above average film of all time. And above average is arguable. I know.
Well, it's that horrible third
best
act.
Picture. Best fucking picture. Dark Knight doesn't get nominated for Best Picture, which should have. Like Spider-Man No Way Home should have been nominated for Best Picture for saving fucking Hollywood, and they didn't nominate it. That's a crime right there. Fuck the Oscars. But I digress.
Now we're hearing it's like, yeah, it's true. Like, you know, T'Challa's not in it or whatever. He's and you've seen the thing where it leaked out that what his original story was before.
Yeah, it was Endgame.
It was sort of Endgame. Yeah, it was sort of like which I think would have been interesting.
Yes.
You know? So,
well, dude, Black Panther versus Namor would have been rad. That would have been fucking excellent. But if Namor here, if I can get the right picture, Luke Evans, that's the actor's name. There's a picture of Luke Evans as Namor, and I'm like, oh shit, he looks like fucking Namor. The guy who's playing Namor, is not Namor. And yes, it's Roman spelled backwards. Namor is Roman spelled backwards. He is the Submariner, which is derived from the tale of the ancient mariner. Imperius Rex is Latin. The Atlantis myth comes from Egyptian priests to Solon to Plato. So you could, and they're probably in the, was it the Azores? Yeah, that's probably where Atlantis was. So you have a whole region you can choose from to pick Namor. It doesn't have to be a white dude, even though he's half American, half Atlantean in the comics. And they chose what? The feathered serpent? Quetzalcoatl? Sorry, that's the Aztec version that they actually sacrificed human beings to rip their hearts out and shit. They said Kukulkan, which is the Mayan feathered serpent. But the feathered serpent's also derived from the Olmecs, which is a much, much older culture with no writing, I believe. So they don't know. And most of the codex were burned by the Spanish. So they used, what's it called? Talocon, which is an Aztec paradise kind of lorded over by a rain deity. So now they've kind of mixed that in with Kukulkan and made a brand new Atlantis. Now, did they do this? I'm totally ruining my next video. Did they do this for representation?
I'm sure they did.
Of their heart, they wanted, like, we need more South Americans watching Disney Plus. We're going to do this for representation.
I guess. I don't know. There's like a huge fan base of DC fans in South America.
There's a massive comic fan base in South America. Always has been.
Yeah.
Always has been. You don't need to tap. Dude, great metal scene down there. Great comic scene down there. Like, it's not even a problem. No, it's rights issues. That's it. They didn't do it. They didn't do it for representation out of the goodness of their hearts. They need to change the character enough to avoid Universal's, which Universal still has the film rights, the film distribution rights, until I hear different. Kevin Feige's been mum on it for 2 years. So I just went off. I went over it. For about 3 hours yesterday, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So there's some nebulous producer group that owns some rights to him. Universal owns the film rights. Marvel can basically do the same thing they do with Hulk, with Namor. They can put him in movies. He could be part of a group, but he can't have a solo movie unless they change the character completely and just call him Namor. I'm curious, Chris, are they going to call him the Submariner in this movie?
100% no. But it's one of those things of what is the rule 25% off model? Is that the rule? Like, used to be 25%.
That is, yes, with some stuff, and they're way beyond 25% right now. They're 50% off model, so they can do whatever they want with Namor. And that, when I heard his name being mispronounced, that's when it's like, something smells a little fishy. I know that's on the nose. I was like, oh no. So they're trying to spin this bullshit, and then we have, again, watch my video, be out tomorrow. But so I made a couple email and like, it's rights issues. They don't give a shit about it. Like, that's the same stuff they've been doing in comic books for years, is to screw over creatives and estates. Is you just get it 25% off model. They did that with Superman, taking away the curl, taking away the outside underwear. That wasn't a creative decision. That was a decision to screw over the original creators' estates. When you see a gender swapped or mantle swapped character, it's generally a way to screw over creators and not done for representation. It's representation to avoid rights issues. 99% of the time. The one color that matters, green.
Exactly, man.
Listen, if representation matters, then the motivations behind it need to matter. That's what I believe. And they're fucking liars. They're all fucking liars. It's nothing new. If you've been around the comic industry for any amount of time, you know this. It's not a secret.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.